Got a $50 donation from Brian214 that says, had to donate during my favorite game series. Good luck to all the runners today. We have a $50 donation from Scott Capricorn. Hey guys, long-time viewer, first-time donor. What y'all are doing is so awesome, and it restores my faith in humanity every time one of these events rolls around. I hope that each and every runner at this event can take a moment and feel proud of themselves for turning their hobby into a force that has raised millions of dollars and helped countless lives. Keep up the amazing work and save those frames. I have a $50 anonymous donation that says, just want to thank all the runners and Doctors Without Borders for all their hard work. And thanks to Darcy who got me watching GDQ the last few years. Got a $50 anonymous donation that says, always look forward to the GDQ weeks and a great Mega Man block. Kill those animals. And we have a $50 donation from Ezekielus that says, this is my first GDQ event I've been able to watch live. Really enjoy what you guys do here. Special shout out to Miles, Zost, and the rest of the Super Metroid speedrunners. You are the guys that got me into speedrunning. Kill the animals, save the frames.
Good? Just give a countdown. All right.
Oh.
All right. So first of all, I want to thank the donators for raising $9,000 for this game to be added. It was just a bonus game on the schedule, so that's pretty awesome. But other than that, this is Mega Man 9. This is 2008, pretty much, well, not reboot, but re-release of the classic series. It came out for the last generation of consoles, and it's pretty well received. One of the benefits of it being a newer game is you won't see any lag or flicker or anything from all the NES games. Just real quick, gotta mash through some elephants.
Yeah, so we go to Concrete Man first. There's a whole bunch of reasons, but mainly Concrete Shot, which is a weapon you get from Concrete Man, is highly beneficial for getting through some of the stages quickly. And you also want to have Rush Jet for certain stages, and you need to complete a certain number of stages in order to get Rush Jet. So you wait to do those stages last. And it doesn't really waste that much time to fight Concrete with the Buster. He's one of the better fights to do Buster only. So
yeah, you get Rush Jet after any 5 bosses, and there's 3 stages that really benefit from having Rush Jet. So it works out pretty nice.
So he's going to Concrete Man now. He needs to basically watch out so he doesn't get hit by a Concrete Shot, which will stun him. So it's a pretty precise sort of like a dance. He'll just sort of keep his distance, but try to get close to him so he can get as many Buster Shots as he can. All right.
Good. Where his Concrete Shot spread, he shoots 3 of them, but if you stand pretty much where I stand, they all go in the same exact place, which is why it looks like there was only 1. If you try to stay far away from him, the fight gets way harder.
So yeah, Concrete Shot is a powerful weapon. It allows you to, kill certain enemies and turn them into concrete blocks just like that one. And then it also allows you to, in some situations, use it against a wall to jump on top of. We'll see it throughout a handful of stages where it's used as basically like a platform.
Magma Man's pretty much the hardest robot master stage. There's a lot of really tight jumps that are required. And Concrete Shot really benefits this stage. It's not the weakness of Magma Man. I will also be bustering him. But basically, Concrete Shot can stop the magma beams that will be in the way. I'm going to try something crazy here. Alright. So you can do a double beam skip there by freezing at just the right time.
Yeah, that's way harder than it looks. So that's good.
It's tricky. You also use the first Concrete Shot as pretty much a boost, so you can help freeze it. That boss has 15 HP if you use the Buster, but Concrete Shot is so strong it does 3 each, so you can kill him really fast. These flames are just pretty much random. Yeah. Just take the hit.
So you see that he does it's called a concrete zip, and you can just use the front side of a concrete shot that you just place on the enemy to boost yourself forward a little bit. Anything you can do in this game to save time because you're not doing sliding is beneficial, so he tries to do it whenever he can. It's pretty true throughout most classic Mega Mans, but especially in this one, weapon usage is extremely well routed and tight. There's very little wiggle room. Everything you do is very precisely calculated.
This is one of the toughest Buster fights I can think of.
Yeah, there's something to be said about an uneven platform, or I guess stage layout, and this guy's pretty tricky. It's going pretty well so far, though. Cool. All right, you're down.
So even though I had to Buster him, it was still worth it to get his weapon because it'll let me do the 5 stages to get Rust Jet just in time for the 3 slow ones.
We have a $10 donation from Noma9 that says, "Hey DP, so glad to see you running Mega Man 9. Best of luck. Mega Man block is best block. Kill the animals."
Thanks, Noma. These first robots after Concrete Man are pretty much interchangeable with just a few rules. I'm doing Hornet Man 3rd just for a slight safety in Galaxy Man. But as long as you do it after Magma, then there's no real time loss. So I'm walking around just with Rush Coil out because every time you pause in this game, it's like a second or two. So you try to minimize that as much as possible.
Yeah, in this game, you don't have quick weapon switching, so you can't swap between the weapons. You have to use the pause menu. And again, it's just everything is so tightly routed that you want to minimize pausing as much as possible.
It was extremely good luck.
That was really
Nice
good
luck.
flower.
That's the first major RNG point of the run is the flower.
And there are many, many more.
There are a few brutal ones to come.
Yeah, so through this next few parts of the stage, you're going to see the concrete shot used everywhere. Little zips right there. We may see a wall climb here with it. Very nice.
One more zip. Just kidding.
All right, so Magma Bazooka, it shoots out 3 different projectiles, and they can all hit at the same time, basically. So what you're going to see on this boss is he'll use combination of regular shots and charge shots, and if all 3 make contact, he'll do serious damage. Just like this. Very nice.
That's about it. Have you ever seen Mega Man 10? The triple blade, which also shoots 3 projectiles, does the exact same glitch. Exploit, some call it.
We have a $500 donation from Jerry Choi that says, "Love me some GDQ."
Right to the point.
Time to see if the luck continues.
Yeah, so Galaxy Man's known for being unfair, let's call it, with his patterns. He pretty much has a 1 in 4 chance of giving you the right thing. And I forget the exact time. It's like 6 to 8 seconds or something. If he gives you the bad one, just lost. Nothing you can do. It's even more punishing in the refights. Other than that, his stage isn't too bad. Rush Coil gets a lot of use throughout this run. Not just because you have to stay on it, but there's a lot of useful parts for it, as you'll see in this stage. These grabbers make you go way faster than if you were to just walk. Or some of them later are designed to send you into spikes, so you gotta be careful.
We have a $15 donation from Peapot Dot. Shoutouts to, or actually says shootouts to the classic Mega Man community and Baron's crew, and for the awesome runs from Plum, Fasta, and Almond. Here's to DP for good luck in the casino.
Thanks, man. This game does have a casino in it. Many don't know. You'll experience it later. This is a grabber that's designed to send you into spikes. Oop, there he is. That's a risky one.
That's cool, though. It's counterintuitive, but going left to catch that thing is much faster.
There.
Very nice.
Let's you skip a couple teleporters there. Just damage boost on the concrete.
So this fight can go very fast, or it can take a while, like TP said. If he does this pattern over and over, it's really good.
Looking good.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
So that was the perfect pattern. Whether he swoops or goes up is a 50-50, so that's a 1 in 4 if he does that.
We had a $15 donation from Mizali that says, finally, Used Pizza has made his return to Summer Games Done Quick. Glad to see Pizza Fest didn't burn him out too hard of Mega Man games, so this money goes to his choice.
Thank you.
Pizza Fest.
Pizza Fest.
So good at Jewel Man. This is a pretty tough stage casually, but it's also the most purple stage in the run, so it's good. This is the other part of the game where you have to mash. This room has quite a few turrets. Wait that one out. I get to see the Hornet Chaser, a lovely weapon. It's supposed to track enemies, but a lot of the time it doesn't really do it.
Now the bees are on our side.
That's right. You've tamed them since Hard Man stage.
All right, we got the cheese ball coming up.
Ooh. Oh, not a very lucky cheese ball. You use Hornet there pretty much to bring him out of the ceiling early. He spends a lot of time up there if you don't hit him. So Hornet Man is basically a requirement before you do Jewel Man, even though Galaxy Man gave the weakness.
And Magma Bazooka through this section is very helpful, especially near the end of this stage. Going into the boss, there's a few enemies that it helps to have. Well, throughout all this section, too.
And now we get extremely purple. Damage boost off the dollar bill.
All right, this is a fairly tight fight. He's going to be using the Black Hole Bomb just in specific areas, and he's going to be forcing Jewel Man to jump at certain points to get an extra hit, and that was good.
That was it. You just have to force Jewel Man out of the black hole's hitbox completely. And even though it's a circle, the hitbox is basically a square. So by making him jump out of it, he'll get hit by it multiple times. So now I get Rust Jet, and you'll see a lot of it over the next 3 stages. This stage has the always famous Mega Man disappearing blocks, but hopefully I can skip most of them with Rush Jet. And one thing about the blocks is that they're on a global timer, so pretty much when I start the stage, the blocks are moving. And depending on how long I take, I'll know where they are. Like I'll be able to get through here because I went fast enough. And if you make it all the way to the end of the stage fast enough, you can skip one cycle of blocks. Other than that, not too much to this stage. It's another casual killer, though. Pretty scary when you have to go through blocks.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure I went fast enough to be able to skip something here. Oop.
We can see it.
So disappointing. So when the Big Mama, as it's called, jumps high like that, you have 1 frame to jump over it, and it's the Big Mama jump. Unfortunately, it wasn't the 3-frame version. There goes Plugman.
That was a good fight too. The timing is really important because if you mess up, then you're out for damage. You have to awkwardly switch to something else.
Yeah. Weird thing about him is, in this fight, in a stage, he always does the same opener, which is jump like he did. When you get to the refight, he has 3 different openers, and you can't predict which one's going to happen. So you can't even do the fight the same way, because if you guess wrong and lose a Jewel satellite, then you're pretty much screwed. Ooh, almost went back to Plugman. Menus are a really scary part of marathon runs.
Yeah, especially in classic Mega Man. It's all or nothing.
I can't exit. I'd have to game over, basically.
So most people who play this, the recommended stage to go to first is Splash Man. Or Splash Man. Splash Man.
Splash Man. Whoa.
Splash Woman.
You're going to get letters.
I know. So this stage just really heavily benefits from Rush Jet.
Now, throughout the whole game, I try to jump off of ledges because it's faster. You get more momentum going downwards. But in underwater stage, it's even more important. So if I clip any of these ledges on the way down, I can lose a lot of time, and it adds up fast. So if you remember Bubble Skip from Mega Man 5, this is kind of similar. You can ride the small ones up to the screen transitions with the help of Rush Jet.
It's a little.
Uh-oh.
annoying.
That was weird. All right.
It's fine, yeah.
It was kind of a bubble skip. I skipped a few.
That last one's actually kind of risky in the left, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I was moving Rush Jet down and just landed on the bubble. That's kind of awkward. That one's way easier than the Mega Man 5 one, if you want to go try either of them out.
Yeah. Even like these screens are really slow without the jet. All right, nice.
Mm-hmm. All right. See, it's kind of neat that you can use Rush Jet basically as a platform to go higher. It's kind of tricky. Good dunk into the water.
All right. Splash Man.
This is Splash Woman. So this boss has no randomness, but your weapon has randomness. So it's kind of a twist. That went okay. There are a few methods to try to manipulate the bees to do what you want for Splash Woman, but it's pretty awkward no matter what you do.
We have a $50 anonymous donation that says, "Long-time watcher, first-time donator. I always look forward to watching GDQs, and this one has been amazing so far. Keep it up. Also, let those animals die. Why prolong the inevitable?"
So Tornado Man normally is a pretty crazy stage. But thankfully, did this in the right order and got Rust Jet first, so I can mitigate most of the challenge here.
Still, the usage of Rush Jet is fairly precise in this, and that he's gonna, I believe, get a collectible at the end of this screen to get a little more energy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just really important to have it, especially in the these sections.
Yeah, they put a large energy into the screen just so I guess they know you're going to try to Rust Jet over this.
There's some fairly tight Rush Jet jumps coming up in the next few screens. So let's see.
It was a bit low.
Cool.
Gimmick of this screen is the rain pushes you backwards when you're in the air. There are platforms under the gray clouds. So while you're on Rust Jet, you move normal walking speed. And it's the opposite here, somehow.
Feels so good to go fast here.
Yeah, don't stop. That was a bit scary. Scared myself a little more.
Nice, we're good.
Broke my own rule and stopped a little.
So Tornado Man is fairly random as well. He starts out, you can get a few hits in, but depending on how high he jumps, sometimes you can get him, sometimes you can't. So this is looking good. Very nice.
Good luck. It's pretty good, 8 robots.
Yeah, totally.
That last screen was extra scary because you go way back and you have no Rust Jet for that battery part, and you're jumping against the rain through it. Extremely punishing. But made it through.
We have a $55 donation from Mr. Cab96 that says used pizza is always good.
Can't disagree.
I love the sound.
Yeah, it's a great sound. Glad they brought it back 20 years later. The Wily stages are known to be pretty tough in this game. Since I guess this game came out in 2008, a lot of people played a classic Mega Man for the first time with this game, and it was considered pretty hard.
Yeah, just like other classic Mega Mans, you don't get weapon refills between stages, so you spend a lot of weapon energy throughout this first stage. It's a fairly long stage, and it can be quite the gauntlet to get through all of them.
This is a very Rust Jet-centric stage.
Yeah, the game wants you to use Tornado Blow to use those platforms, but it's much faster to
Tornado
use.
Blow is too costly to use.
Yeah.
You only get 4 uses without a refill. It's actually not even enough to heal the boss that it's intended for.
Alright, so he's gonna launch himself into the dragon, switch to concrete shot.
He's gone. It's important I didn't waste any there.
Right. Because he's gonna use concrete shot throughout this section. Or I'm sorry. He needs to save it for pretty much. There's a lot of like very high. You benefit heavily from having concrete shot, so he just doesn't want to waste it.
Yeah, I'm going to use the rest of it in Wily 2 and refill it later. This game does have M-Tanks, like you saw in Mega Man 5. And there's a free one later on. Alright, this is pretty much the worst boss in the series, so you can talk about that if you want.
Sure. So spike pushers R and B are four enemies, and then you have to just buster the spikes into them. However, as the fight goes on, their attacks get a little more dangerous, and then they also start to home in at you. It's really, you just mash at them, and one of the big challenges is that sometimes your buster shot will just get straight up eaten, and you have to like mash more, and it's a problem because you're trying to like get the specific amount of buster shots on each one and not waste any time, and it's really tough to get down. This looks pretty decent so far. He's just gonna get through this.
Whatever.
It's over. It's good. It's a very frustrating boss.
The spikes basically have their own little invincibility period, but despite that being the same, they move a different distance, so your window of your shots needs to be different. But basically, you just mash at a somewhat fast pace and hope for the best. This is everybody's favorite song, We're the Robots.
So yeah, he'll be using Concrete Shot quite a bit, especially in the next few screens. He's going to use it to either skip areas or turn enemies into Concrete Shot. Just like this.
Little boost to get up there.
Nice. All right, flower.
Could be worse. I could just miss completely too. That's cool. All right, just take the damage. He's dead.
Cool.
I managed it. Let's just be. Yeah, you didn't see that.
Yeah, this stage is boss. It's wise to be a little safe. There's some fairly tight jumps throughout this area.
No fear.
It's good.
Yeah, I was informed earlier by one Trogdor that a lot of required jumps in this game are just 4 frames on a 60 FPS game. So 1/15 of a second for a lot of required jumps.
Yeah.
Definitely wait to kill those guys. You can do that. Ooh,
Nice.
you gave me the large health.
Easy, mama.
Easy, mama. You just heard a term coined live on stream.
All right, 3-phase boss coming up here.
I think 3 hits is good. He's weak to Trident in all forms. This one's weak to Tornado as well, but again, it's too costly.
He's going to try to alternate his shots here to get as much DPS as possible.
Then the Dorito portion. Cool.
Next
It is.
stage.
Yeah. Oh, so you didn't see the flower. It worked.
How about that? Yeah.
We have a $50 donation from C-Rare that says, I always love watching these events and try to donate each time. This donation goes to singing A Whole New World during Aladdin because I love to see the runner embarrass themselves for charity.
I want to see that too. Ooh, that guy's close. Nah, you can just live.
So he uses Rush Coil there to get the topmost part of the screen during the transition so he can basically save time.
These are basically auto-scrollers.
Well, while you're scrolling away here, I just wanted to give everybody the opportunity to know that we opened a donation incentive for you guys to try and work towards. If you guys like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, ROM Scout might be doing it blindfolded for you if we meet that donation incentive. So make sure if you want to see a blindfolded Symphony of the Night run to get your donations in for that.
You definitely want to see that.
Sounds good to me. Other than the auto-scrollers, there's actually a lot of tricky stuff in this stage.
Yeah.
It's alright. Alright, dog. What a horrible sequence of rooms. This is a much trickier version of the auto-scroller.
So he's going to grab an M tank.
Yeah. This is the free M tank. It's not. I don't know if it's intended to be free, because this is a pretty hard screen if you don't know that this guy over here can just carry you to safety.
All right, so this screen is pretty intense. It's going to be using a combination of tornado blows to get through here.
It was a little close. All right. That's probably the toughest section of platforming in the game.
All right, Twin Devil. So this guy spawns 2 blobs, and they're going to attack you for a bunch of time, and you can't do any damage now. But when the eye is transitioning from one blob to the other, that's when you can attack it. If he does it right, he can one-cycle it, which he did.
Good. Pausing lets you cancel the black hole bomb, get multiple out there. It saves about 20 seconds to get them in one cycle. Cool. And now we're entering the aforementioned casino, because this game has a lot of randomness, and it's all brought back into one stage. And then the worst part of all is at the very end.
Yeah, we're playing for low stakes right now.
Yeah, this is nothing. I mean, it's something, but it's nothing.
I like how it starts off with Galaxy Man, too.
Yeah. So your dreams are crushed as soon as possible. And the worst part, so earlier I mentioned that Galaxy is worse in the refight, because if you miss any concrete or try to make one of his patterns easier, you get punished on Wily Machine 2 because he's weak to concrete, and you have exactly enough to kill both Galaxy and him. It's a very important jump. So I'm going to try not to miss here. If he goes up first, I'll probably just use the concrete.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
All right. That was pretty lucky.
Nice manip.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so this guy
Oh, there's
is-
his big pattern.
Yeah, this is not consistent. That was good, though.
Yeah. Oop. I want to go here.
All right, then.
They're just repeating
All
their
right.
patterns.
I can't complain. Anyway, you don't have enough Tornado Blow to kill Magma Man unless you go for like a double hit, which I just attempted there and it didn't work, because it never does. You switch to Magma Bazooka to finish him off, because it's the weakness of Hornet Man anyway. Alright, he's not getting away.
Same setup for this fight.
Yep. Once again, you have to trust the Hornets. They just got eaten.
Thanks.
Always fun. And I wait to switch weapons to try it until I'm in the fight so I can see what Concrete Man's going to do first. I can see he's going to shoot at me. Alright, nothing left but Wily. There's 3 forms. First off is the Egg Machine.
So he's going to use a laser trident to put the eggs back into his hitbox, which is his mouth. So you can do it very quickly if you're precise with your timing.
Just like that. Go for something early here.
Very nice. So yeah, concrete shot's extremely important for this fight to preserve.
Alright,
All right.
so here
Let's see how
comes the
lucky
big
it is.
casino.
High
Should go on
stakes.
forever.
Time is coming up soon.
Could be. It could be.
It could be. It might be a
or-
while.
yeah.
Uh-oh. All right, it's beginning.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So his weakness is plug ball, which is very short range. Basically just waiting for him to come into range.
Waiting.
Waiting. Well, it was a good speed run, everybody. I'm glad you could enjoy it. Oh. No.
No.
Nope. One day. Oh, I can hit him.
A few times.
3 times. I have so
now
much
you-
practice dodging his attacks because he's always out of range.
You understand why this game has so few runners after watching this.
Oh no, he hit me.
Drove a few people
Oh.
crazy.
This run will end eventually, I promise. This is really good. All right, 1 health. Time to finish him. That's time.
You used up all your luck on Galaxy, I think.
It's all gone.
Yeah, the refights were really good. But
Yeah, that run, I was really happy with that run, and then you got to see the true nature of Mega Man 9 runs at the very end. So it's pretty much all I could ask for.
Well, I mean, you got a 33-33 on Wily Death, so
Oh, good.
Mhm.
It's good enough.
Yeah,
Probably
totally.
lost. It would have been like a really good 32 if it
Yeah,
was
that was like 30 seconds.
average luck. But yeah, that's all right. Cool. So thanks again, everybody, for donating the $9,000 to get this in on the schedule. It's really appreciated, and I hope I did a good enough job.
Pizza Fest.
It's the best.
we have a $30 donation from Huge. This says, Mega Man is basically the reason why I started playing video games. Thus, I think it's the perfect opportunity for my first donation this week. Got a $15 donation from, I'm probably going to really butcher this one, but Odd Yop, who says, here's a bit for that Rush Jet Buster Shot music synchronization. Love it. We have a $50 donation from Stan's a Lot. Hi, speedrunners. I accidentally used to kill the animals in Super Metroid because for the longest time I did not know they could be saved. So let's pretend we don't know how to save them and save the frames instead. $25 for killing the animals and another $25 for the red tunic in Link's Awakening. Best regards.